EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Las Vegas Raiders. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A 2nd down throw now from Stroud. It's caught. It's Shenault again. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And down he goes. Brought down, a Raiders sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stroud here on 3rd and long. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Now Brown. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5 now. Garoppolo escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Garoppolo now. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Brian Burns, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Carlson able to put this one through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Stroud working out of the gun. Open here, Adam Thielen. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st down. Stroud now on 1st and 10. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Stroud. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they're content to take the three. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Brandon Bolden that time, the one he was trying to get it to. But now it'll be 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. .3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Stroud now on 2nd down. That is caught by Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
3rd and 1, Stroud. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Here we go. They can't beat us straight up. Let's do this, man. Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here. It's showtime, baby. Let's do this.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he wisely will throw that one away. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Looking deep for Adams. It got his man complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Stroud. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Stroud to throw it. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Another run with Sanders. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. And that's complete to Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Stroud out of the gun here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. A dump off here to Bolden. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. From the 31, Garoppolo. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw pulled in by Renfro. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Well, the former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders are back within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Stroud sets up the play action. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. A give running left, it's Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job, hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. This will be play number 7 on the drive, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage. and threw him for a loss.
Going for it with Sanders, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Bolden. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a give to Jacobs running right. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. On play action, now Garoppolo. Looking deep for Adams. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. On first down, here's Stroud. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now this one into the... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Let's roll, baby. Got you, baby.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. 52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Another run here with Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Stroud. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now here's Stroud on third down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Throwing now is Stroud. Shark's got it left side. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Stroud now on first and 10. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 4, this is second down and 1. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
It's game time. Let's play. Let's play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that's complete to Adams. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Vegas. 46 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Jacobs again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The kick by Carlson is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two. Play the best defense you can and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Here's Stroud. Able to connect with Chark. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
Stroud. Into the hands of Sanders.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if he can make someone miss in the open field.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now Stroud.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now.
Stroud to throw it.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there.
Here's Stroud.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs.
And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Garoppolo.
He'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Of course, the game can't end with a defensive penalty, so they'll get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one, unless it happens again and there's another defensive penalty.
Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?